but it's stiff. Now we'll drag the hand coming forward and drag the hand going back, which will loosen it up a bit. Now we'll break the elbow joint. It looks weird, but watch what it'll do. Now it's loose, and we can hardly see the broken joint. We just feel it. Better still, we'll overlap the hand at the end of each swing. Now, move the shoulder back and forth in an arc. Result, much more limber. Curves are beautiful to watch, so we tend to walk in arcs. I mean, a foot, on a normal walk, a foot sort of goes like that, doesn't it? It's a figure eight. The foot goes down. If you watch a person's walk, we could turn it into that very easily, but it's a sort of arc. Everything's generally going in arcs, isn't it? This is going in an arc. Everything's kind of going in arcs. Arc, arc, arc. If I hit somebody though, I don't want it in an arc, isn't it? I'm going to lose the momentum. So I might go in an arc, anticipating slugging and going back in an arc, but then the hit is as absolutely straight as I can. So aggressive movements, like a karate movement that comes out of nowhere, there are usually no arcs in those, right? Those kicks, they're not balletic, they just sort of, bam, they come out at you unexpected. No arcs, right? Ballerinas, arcs. Everything's arc. Feminine is arcs, obviously. Watch your arcs. But as one of the great things with computer animation is you can go so subtly. These things, gee, try it. It should open stuff up. Sorry. If I was on it, that would be one of the first things I would try.
When you talk about breaking the joints there, do you mean like the elbow actually physically extends back into here, or would it be like where the joint breaks all the way back here, or would it be more like
Come into the
would it be more like this kind of move where it goes back because it's twisting along this axis, or is it more just one of those things where you just break it?
It'd be nicer if you could twist it along the axis, but you could, if it doesn't feel right, you can actually just smash it.
Yeah, because I oftentimes, and I haven't tried this, so I have no idea, but sometimes I find that like in the 2D world, you can get away with more little cheats like that because you'd be less aware of the elbow, but with the computer, with all the modeling and everything, that sometimes things feel like just broken because you're very aware that that's still the elbow.
Yeah.
So but I mean, would twisting it be?
Well, I would try to twist it first.
So that's the ideal way.
If it didn't look right,
okay.
Obviously you'd try to make it as believable as possible. But if it won't, then you just take a deep breath and break your arm.
Yeah. Okay.
I think it's one of the big things that will really work in computer, and this gives you more change, isn't it? It's a device to give you more change. And as Babbitt would say, have the courage to invent. Art Babbitt was the master of breaking joints and breaking all the rules. Look at all the stuff that's going on here. Here are the extreme positions. The back leg is broken, and the foot's on backwards. On the next extreme, the back leg is broken, and the foot's on backwards. We then go back to extreme number 1. Pull them apart for clarity. The middle position, the elbow breaks, the hand is way back, the back arch reverses, and on the next pass position, the back arch reverses again. Pull it apart again for clarity. 5 and 11 are more or less in-betweens. But notice on 11, his foot is twisted towards us, and 15 is pointed away from us. Now the opposite step. On number 19, his left arm swing doesn't break, and on 25, his leg is twisted away from us. On 2, it's just an in-between. On 9, the arm is still broken. On 13, the foot swivels back, the butt is at its highest, and the back arch reverses. So that on extreme 15, the butt falls on the contact. On the opposite step, 17 is just an in-between, and on 23, the foot swivels back, and on 27, it's basically an in-between. To analyze Babbitt is almost impossible. If he was to animate it again, he'd probably do something completely different.
He wanted to violate, he wanted to invent action. He poo-pooed animators who just did sort of normal kind of performances. He would always want to, he would approve of squash and stretch a lot because we didn't use it very much. He tried to do it this way. But anything that's not normal, that's more imaginative. He said, we've got to invent a medium, let's invent.
Let's take a break from the invention, and let's get into how we handle weight in walks.
This is a thing Ken Harris showed me. This is a head-on walk with exaggerated weight shift.
Here are the contact positions, and here is the first passing position with his weight over his left foot. On the second passing position, his weight is over his right foot. Each step requires him to shift his entire body weight.
You could get a very nice thing here because of this. If there's the belt line, on the passing position you could get that just with the belt line.
The belt line emphasizes the shifting of his body weight.
Exaggerated counteraction, as in a fat man walk, say. As he goes up, and this is obviously very exaggerated, the fat mass, as he goes down, the fat mass is going up as he goes down. The breasts, definitely. As she goes up, they go down. And it doesn't matter whether they're tiny or large or medium. They're going to go down. The flesh goes down as the body comes out, whether it's a small amount or a large amount. And as it goes down, they jiggle up. So
And the same will happen with a fleshy buttock.
The same thing applies to a woman's body as she walks. The same counteraction applies to a floppy hat. As she goes down, her hat brim goes up, and as she goes up, the hat brim goes down.
We did an interesting thing with Jessica at first, is that it's just on this 4-frame business. We led the breasts came in 4 frames early, and she followed it. It was very subtle. They were just there a little, it didn't come out to here, and then she came in. But they went 4 frames early. I forget whether it was Xerox, the normal animation, then just stuck it out, whatever it was. You had this, you didn't see it, but you had this very strange feeling, sexual feeling. If we had delayed it, it would have been not as an aggressive kind of sexual thing. The feminine is concave. It's not, you know, it's not strutting out on the stage. It's kind of a masculine thing to do. You know, take a look at this. You see,
We've looked at invented walks and successive breaking of joints and weight. Now let's see how the master, Milt Kahl, pulls all this together, taking a normal walk and loading it with all the things we've been talking about.
this is a wonderful walk, and it's going to take a while to do it, but it'll show you all the stuff we've been working on, all in action. And what Milt did a series. This is, you could almost call this a Disney optimistic walk. It's in Pinocchio, one of them, where Pinocchio's going to school. It's got high elbows. You know, it's sort of off to be an actor or whatever it is. And I think he has a school book. It's like this. You know, something like, it's almost a skip. It's a strut. It's got a lot of up and down in it, and it's absolutely beautiful. And he did a whole bunch of them. And there's this one, and he did Johnny Appleseed in Melody Time, I think it is. There's a whole bunch of them where he's going off to plant the apple seed. It does this terrific, the world is optimistic. I'm going to spend my life planting trees, you know, or whatever it is. So I took a bunch of these and I analyzed them. They're all the same, kind of. And he worked them out in this exactly same method that you can see. It's transparently, but it's complex. It's something like this. We know that the passing position is up on a normal walk, and this is kind of a normal walk, right? So we put the 7, and this is just a normal middle position. And this arm, look at this, this is wow. It's way up there at its high point, but the body is just an in-between, except the leg is going right up here in the strut. That's about right. I guess, yeah, that's it. And that's probably just an in-between, but with a very high knee.
Okay, now let's look at how Milt does this in detail. First he makes the contact. Right away, there's lots of vitality in the contact positions. We'll take 2 steps walking on 12s. Spread it apart for clarity. Head side on, head slightly left, head slightly right. Shoulders oppose hips. Back arm is down, front arm is up. Belt line bends down with the lowest leg. Body twists sideways and twists back. Feet twist and are off the parallel. Next, put in the passing positions, 7 and 19. On 7, the head is up and tilts forward. On 19, the head is up and turns towards us. On 7, the right shoulder is high. On 19, the left shoulder is high. On 7, the elbow joint is broken, as on 19. On 7, the left hand drags, right hand drags. On the 19, the right hand drags and the left hand drags. There's a big, fast arm swing right through the middle. This would make a great walk as it is, without adding in more highs and lows. Now we'll put in the lows, the down positions. Number 4 is down. Number 16 is down. Delay the arm and drag the hand. Now put in the up position. 10 is an up. 22 is an up. Broken elbow joint on 10. Broken elbow joint on 22. Foot swings in on 10 with the sole towards us. And on 22, the foot swings away from us. Then add in the in-betweens. On thirds,